Okay, this is a spontaneous live stream. This is a spontaneous live stream. I'm gonna do an hour spontaneous live stream. And I'm going to give you my review of my new mattress that well, I can give you my opinion, but it really I can give you the truth. I got an email from Auto World, and they requested the first deposit. So that means the artwork is done, or the sample is done, of the car, or of the semi, and that is finished. And that is ready, and so we're just waiting now for the sample of the semi, or not sample, but images and all that kind of stuff. So that is coming next. I just paid the deposit today, the first deposit, and so that will that will be coming. So that will that semi will be coming. We've got I have to apologize about something, but I'm going to wait until we have more people on the live stream. This is a spontaneous live stream. I did not expect to do this live stream today. I am going to do one. Ryan and I, we have to do commercials for his mattress. And wow, this is a nice car. You know, some of these cars, you get to look at them, and I don't have my glasses, so I don't have any of my glasses here. And so I can't look at these cars. I'm missing my glasses. But this is a nice car, this Buick GS from the Meacham auctions. I just noticing that that red stripe on there, and just kind of that Buick GS looks kind of awesome. We only have 2 cars left of the Meacham, or 3 cars less of the Meacham auctions. We've got one of the Royal Bobcats, which is the GTO, 1964 GTO. See, that's the difference between cars of today and cars of yesterday. Okay? Cars of yesterday all had a beauty. They all looked differently. Nowadays, like somebody said, they're all just jelly beans. They're all just jelly beans. They all just have the same look to it. They're all just jelly beans. They're jelly beans, okay? They're all jelly beans. You know, the Studebaker was a Studebaker when you saw it. You knew that it was a Studebaker, just like when you saw a 57 Bel Air, you knew that's a 57 Bel Air. There's no ambiguity about it. It's like these cars here. This is when things started change, like the 95. So these, they all look like jelly beans. I mean, they have some difference, but they all look alike. They all just have that same appearance. There's nothing unique about them. There's not a design of the body that makes them, and that's why these are hard to sell. These Eclipse, these Skylines, and these Mazdas. Oh well. But now, like this car here, this is a CUDA. You knew this. It had the curves of a CUDA. Look at that. Look at that. Plymouth CUDA. All these cars. OK used cars, SC390. Look at this. Bel Air. Of course, this was a terrible Bel Air. A 62 Bel Air. There was something that they did. There's something that they did to the Bel Air that you can't call it a Bel Air anymore. You know, you took a 57 Bel Air, so that's 5 years. You took a 57 Bel Air and you turn it into a 62 Bel Air. You can't call that a Bel Air. You have to call it something different. You can't call it a Bel Air because that's not a Bel Air. If you want to call it Impala, fine. And that's what they did, really. They converted into an Impala. I mean, here's the Impala. So here's the 59 Impala, okay? That's 2 years later than this car here. That's a 59 Impala. They were making some drastic changes when they went from this to this. Big time. They were making big design changes. Because then you came out with the 62 Bel Air. Car number 3. Car number 2. OK used cars. Car number 2. Then you got this Pontiac GTO. Then you got a CUDA. CUDA Barracuda Grand Coupe. 1970. I think it was a 67 if I'm not mistaken. I had a slant 6 Barracuda. I think it was 67 slant 6 CUDA. 6-cylinder. Great car. Oh my gosh. Great car. Great car. I had a CUDA. I had a CUDA. Did you ever want to know what a CUDA does? So I need to apologize. We kind of screwed up SC314. kind of messed up that assortment. We've got it coming in today. Either it'll be today or tomorrow, and they're going to be shipping out today or tomorrow. I just wanted to apologize to our customers. I know that that's not um, a a a correct thing to do based on our customers and everything expecting product from us in a timely fashion, and that was our fault. That was my fault. And I'm just apologizing and asking people. We will refund you if you want of SC314, but we will be getting ours today, and we will have those ready. Hopefully, today or tomorrow they'll be shipping this week. If not, they'll be shipping Monday because they've already been shipped, and we'll be getting them anytime soon. Everything comes from Washington, unfortunately. That's one thing I just don't understand, how they keep all their product in Washington State. Washington State. Then we have SC408. There's only 3 cars of this assortment. You know that? This is what's so funny about cars and coffee. SC408. And you know what's funny about this assortment? Is that the Ford Thunderbolt is really not a well-known car that people go out and, hey, the Thunderbolt, where did that car come from? You know, I'm going to do some research on the Ford Thunderbolt because it's kind of a unique car. And then you have the 59 Impala, which really replaced the Bel Air. You know, you can say that it didn't, but it really did. It replaced the Bel Air, okay? One of their best-selling cars of all time, and they come out with the Impala. Now, it's a beautiful design, don't get me wrong, but it basically replaced their Impala. And then you have the Gasser, which is just it's a Willys coupe. You know, it's a Ford coupe. You know, what are you going to do? You can't. This was just a classic car. Classic car. Just classic cars. And then you got 411. 411. This is just a beautiful assortment. You know, this assortment, 411, now that I'm looking at it more and more, it's going to be like SC3 362. These are just nice looking cars. You know, it's just a nice assortment of cars. They've got great color assortments, and that just came out, SC411. So if you're wanting to build a collection of Thunder Jets, SC411 is going to be your assortment, okay? Because it comes with 8 cars, and your Bel Airs, the 57s, and the Buick GSs. The Buick GSs comes in 2 different colors. They come in a green and a gold. The green and the gold. And that's the thing. Everybody likes a certain car, okay? So everybody is going to have their favorite car, all right? Everybody's going to have their favorite type of car, okay? Like these Bel Airs, 57 Bel Airs, SC411, 411. Of course, the nicest color is this blue and black and then orange, and this is a great combo right here. A color contrast between these two right here. Just beautiful contrast. And that's SC411. You can get those. We sell those in a complete packet. You can get all 8 cars. Okay. All 8 cars. You can get all 8 cars. Now, what's really nice, well, it's not nice. It's Race Masters. They've concentrated, Race Masters is concentrated on a lot of GT40s. They've done a lot of GT40s. They did the new GT40s, but the most popular of the GT40s is the GT40s Mach 5 or Mach 6. That's just a beautiful car. It's just that they need to go back to more of their classic cars that they've done in the past. They just keep doing the same car, and they need to do other style cars. They've done tons of Mustangs. They need to, go back and get their Shelbys, their Bel Airs. They need to do a variety of different cars. And it looks like they're going to be doing 60 new cars this year. Boy, when is that going to happen? They've done a lot of F1, the new F1 set, the Cena set. I guess there's a movie on Netflix about the Senna, the driver. Right there, him. There's I think a Netflix movie or on Amazon or on TikTok. Okay, that's not how you do that. We have the Infinity set. We have the Super Pack. We have the Infinity set still. If you want to get an Infinity set. We have the Super International. That's one of your better sets. And then we have the Supercar set. Supercar set comes with the Mustang or the GT40. And the Corvette Supercar set. And that comes in 3 different layouts. You can build 3 different layouts inside of the Supercar set. Supercar set. And then we have the that looks a little better. Track packs. Well, we were supposed to have a meeting this morning and I forgot. I didn't get a good night's sleep. Hey, You know that I'm looking at you. Go back to being funny. Okay, so I'm supposed to be funny. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do to be funny for Derek. I guess I've lost my humor. I guess I've lost my humor. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to be funny. Okay? I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do to be funny? I don't know how to be funny. How to be funny today. I can try to be funny. I can try to be funny, but it's hard to be funny when you're not. I can try to be funny. I can try to be funny. But it's hard to be funny today. That's the best I can do of being funny. Now we have the giant raceway. This is probably the most popular layout. This used to be in all of your catalogs, your Sears catalog, your JCPenney's catalog. Every Christmas would have a giant raceway set. Every catalog. And then all these department store chains, the JCPenney's, they all thought that the catalogs was a bad idea. Well, they didn't realize that the catalogs really was transforming to the internet and online buying. I mean, think about it. So you had JCPenney's, which literally had the largest distribution center in the world. Sears. In the 1970s, 80s, 90s, they had the largest distribution centers in the world. This was before Amazon was even a thought. And how did Sears lose out to Amazon? It's very simple. It's vision. They didn't think that people would when they were doing it with Sears since 1890. You could literally buy anything you wanted and you would get it shipped to you. You could buy a house and get it shipped to you. Unbelievable. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Hey, get mad and have a fit. So I'm supposed to get mad and have a fit for Derek, okay? That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to get mad and have a fit, okay? I had that. Just go watch my video of me having my mattress delivered last night. Yeah, you could see me getting mad last night. Hey, UD, you didn't get mad. You lost your marbles. People are lazy. Amazon killed brick and mortar, and COVID sealed the deal. Yeah, well, let me explain this to you. And this is a very good example of why Sears and Roebuck was the greatest until probably about 19. See, Sears and Roebuck used to carry everything. So if you were going to buy something and you wanted a color, or if you wanted to buy something, you could find it of a catalog. They would carry an entire line of a product. Okay. And so when you wanted to buy something, either you could go find it in a Sears Roebuck store, or you could find it in their catalog. So if you went to their store, you could go to their catalog, you could get exactly what you wanted, and then you could come back and get it right at that store, and it would be fulfilled. Period. Plain. Matter of fact, you guys probably don't understand this, but back in the 1960s, Cox, slot cars, everything that was sold, they had the entire line of slot cars at Sears and Roebuck catalog. Now, they didn't carry a lot of it in the stores. They had some stuff, but everything was in their catalog. I mean, the catalog was the premier book in this country up until, the internet killed it, okay? And it could have been so easily transferred to the internet. It mind-boggling how big Sears was, and how it was destroyed by incompetence, okay, by people that didn't have a visionary, okay, and so nowadays when you go to look for something, like for example, let's take my toy guns for example, my cap guns, okay. Now, we carry a huge variety of these. If you would go to an average retail store, now, if the retail store was big enough and it was advertising enough, then yes, they would carry the whole breadth. But a lot of your stores, especially a lot of your hobby stores, they focus on certain items to carry the breadth, okay? But other lines, they only carry one or two, like our lines, okay? So most hobby stores... Most hobby stores should carry everything of Auto World. They should carry everything, okay? The problem is, and Amazon is a false retailer. Now, what do I mean by false retailer? Well, I'll tell you exactly about Amazon, okay? Amazon is basically... They allow people, regular mom and pops, and I sold on Amazon back in oh my God, I got these Godzilla dolls. I must have sold 5,000 of them on Amazon. It was back in 2010. Man, was it longer than that? Gosh, no, it was before 2010. Anyways, I sold so much of them on Amazon. But the problem with Amazon is once your item starts to sell big on Amazon, see, Amazon's they're not taking a loss on anything, number one. Okay, so I got a hair right here. Okay, I'm getting this. So Amazon is not taking a hit on anything. So if you buy something from Amazon, so if you go buy this kite on Amazon and you don't like it and you return it, Amazon's not losing a penny. It is the manufacturer or the vendor that's selling it is the one that's losing money. Amazon doesn't lose a penny anywhere in the sale, okay? Nowhere do they lose any money. And so that's why Amazon is really a false retailer. They're not really a retailer. They're a they're just a warehouse of product, really. Okay, all they're doing is just what are you? Okay, what? Okay, Slugs, what are you doing today, Mister Tinker? Today's auction day. You're supposed to take a break till tonight. Yes, you're right. And I'm just doing a quick show, a 1 hour show, because I didn't have a live stream yesterday. I had all these stupid live streams about getting my mattress, which was very uncomfortable. Oh, where'd you come in? Scare me like that? My gosh. Trying to scare me? Holy cow. I didn't even know he'd come in the door. Standing there in the dark. Unbelievable. I tell you, that's one kid I just can't get. I can't. I haven't figured. I'm not going to ever figure him out. I'm I'm going to give up. I'm not going to try to figure him out. I'm not going to try to analyze him anymore. That's just the way he is. That's Xavier. I'm not even going to. Last night I heard him just screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs, and I don't know what he was doing, but he was just like losing his mind. Like he was losing the game or something. He was screaming and yelling and what the heck's going on here? So anyway, I'm just doing a quick live stream today. But that's why Amazon, they can carry like, for example, if you have a catalog and you want to put everything on the catalog, you can do that on Amazon. They're not losing any money. They're not losing it. They're just a platform where you can sell all your stuff, okay? And they take so much of it that's all the profits that you have in a product, okay? And so you're living on either a 10% margin or a 5% margin. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. And a lot of people like to do it. But they're literally paying Amazon Brian's new mattress. So let me give you my review of my new mattress. Okay? My son's not going to like this, but what the heck. So the mattress is 18 inches thick. It's this thick, okay, the mattress is. It's this thick, okay? Which to me is just too thick, okay? My perfect mattress, which I love to sleep on.
I need a Mayflower, please. Thank you.
My perfect mattress that I like to sleep on is my mattress in my camper. It's about this thick, okay? Now, does that need to be replaced? Yes, I probably could get a new mattress. But now they're so obsessed with this foam and this latex and all this other stuff, okay? And they got away from springs, and they went so obsessed into foam and latex, and now pretty soon your mattresses will be this thick, okay? And you'll need to get step ladders to get into your bed. So I tried to. They have this one function on your remote called zero gravity. Okay, which they're saying that it represents zero gravity. Well, you can't have zero gravity on Earth for one thing, unless you're in an airplane and you're doing the roller coaster. That's when you're gonna have zero gravity. Okay. But so they basically your legs are curved like this and your back is put up, so you technically are in zero gravity. Well, I tried it last night and it didn't give me zero gravity. I didn't sleep any better or any worse. I didn't sleep at all. It takes time to get used to it. Oh, okay. Thanks, Rod Rodriguez. Okay, Rod. Well, that's just that's the answer has been solved. Uh, yeah, must have been playing video games. That Xavier. Yes, no, he was. Yes, yes, and he was losing badly. Okay, what? Yeah, you were playing a video game, and you were losing badly. I mean, he was getting creamed. He was screaming and yelling and oh God.
I only lost 2 rounds out of the
2 lap rounds,
I
huh?
think 50
Well, I'll tell you, the
rounds.
way you were screaming and yelling like, and hooting and howling like,
Probably heard my laughing from what
no, it wasn't laughing. It was like, oh gosh, oh, no, what's gonna do? It's like, my gosh, what is it with this gender?
bad at
Huh?
You're really bad at imitating.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm bad at it. All of a sudden, I was downstairs for a while doing something. And all of a sudden, I hear this like a groan, like from some monster or some, Among Us or something. Oh God, what have we done? Like what the heck? My gosh. Okay, so we got final. We're getting finals on this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Check that out. Good. That good Gulf gasoline. That good Gulf gasoline. Hey, has anybody ever told you? Has anybody ever told you that you should own a Mayflower truck? If I hadn't told you yet, you should own a Mayflower truck. High quality slot cars available at ProTinkerToys.com. Mayflower, your way of moving. Mayflower moving. Own two. Oh, Steve, that is so wonderful. Everybody should own two. Hey, guess what, Mr. Tinker? The short Mayflower truck came up my street yesterday. Couldn't believe it I was since I've seen one. I know they're all over the place. Mayflower is all over the place. That's why everybody should own a Mayflower truck. Mayflower, your way of traveling. Mayflower, let us move your family forward. Ha ha, you like that one? There's Mr. Smiley himself.
Yeah, what about it?
Mr. Smiley himself. I tell you, if Smiles was a nickname for Xavier, that would have been a bad name. Bad name. Poor Xavier. I just can't deal with it. It's not that I can't deal with it. It's like I don't want to deal with it. I'm too old. It's like sooner or later I've got to get people out of my house. You know what I'm saying? It's like the older I get, the more people come around me. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is just not the way it's supposed to be. As you get older, you're supposed to, family grows up and they move out and Mark comes home last night. He comes in the house. He goes, I don't know what to do, Dad. Well, how do I do this? How do you do what, Mark? How do you find an apartment? I go, well, you go look for one. Okay, you go look for one. Well, then what? Well, you got to get a deposit. So you're going to need the first month's and you're going to need the deposit, which could be $1,000, depend on more. So you're going to need to save that up. Okay, then he goes, well, it's so I know it's expensive because, well, I'm not going to go into why it's expensive, but you're going to have to find someplace or maybe bunk in with a guy. Find out if there's somebody else that has the same interest of you of playing video games all day long and working all day and then playing video games all night. You might want to bunk in with him. Well, it looks like his friend for high school he graduated from, they might want to get a place together. So, they're having to find out a place. It's hard to find a place. And you know what's really a problem, which is really sad, okay? There are 20 houses in town right here in Wayne. There are 20 homes that are vacant, that nobody lives in. Nobody's doing anything with them. They're empty. They're just empty. at least 20 houses in town. And that is every town within around it. You go to Jerry City, same thing. You go to Bloomdale, same thing. You get all these homes that are just, and
I got the two on top.
are you sure? You got those on top, huh? So we've got the dirty 72. So, we've got Speed Racer and Racer X. And I told Autoworld, you know how to make your Speed Racer and Racer X? How do you sell twice as many of these? It's so simple. And I've told them 3 times now. I think the last time they were going to research, but I'm just telling them, do you know how to sell twice as many of these cars? How do you sell twice as many of the Shelbys? All you have to do is put a guy in them. And that's what they did, Aurora did all in the 60s. Every car that was open wheel had a little driver in it. That's all you have to do. And you'll sell twice as many of your open wheeled cars. That's all there is to it. About as simple as it is about as simple as apple pie. I mean, apple pie is about it. You know what? You know why apple pie is so easy to make? They were making apple pies on the wagon trails. They were making apple pies on the cattle runs. That's how easy apple pie was to make. Okay, you make a nice crust. You cut your apples, you put some cinnamon and sugar in it. Oh, and baby, then you bake it in their little, they had these little ovens they'd put over top of a fire. And they would cook those apple pies in these little ovens as they were on the cattle runs. Oh yeah, baby. You want a good apple pie? A good apple pie. By the way, a good apple pie is like a good 55 Bel Air, red, white. Do you own one of these? Because if you don't own this car, you better get one quick because these are almost sold out. So if you like apple pie, you're going to like a 55 Bel Air red with white. How about a 55 Bel Air yellow with red flames? Do you own a 55 Bel Air red flames? Do you own an apple pie? Do you like apple pie? Do you like a nice hot apple pie with some ice cream on top? Well, that's the same thing as a 55 Bel Air red with red flames. Only available at ProTinkerToys.com. Look at that. Holy cow. Isn't that beautiful? Do you own one of these? That is a beautiful car. Every person should own an apple pie and a 55 Bel Air. Now, one thing I didn't do this morning, I didn't shave because I noticed one thing, that as I'm getting older, I'm getting facial hair faster, and so I have to shave more often than I used to. I still do just too many. But the 55, buy a 55 and get a slice of pie free. You better believe it. Now, how about an apple pie and a 55 Nomad? Look at that. Wouldn't you love to drive down a street with a Nomad? Get down on your Nomad and then pull up with your 55 Bel Air as a set. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Oh, it could be yours. You could own a beautiful slice of apple pie and a 55 Bel Air. Only you can do that. How about a 57 Nomad, okay? A 57 Nomad, a beautiful 57 Nomad. Yellow flames, black and chrome. 57 on an extraction chassis. Yes, sirree. That could be yours. Now, how about a VW Beetle? Would you like a VW Beetle driving up next to you with yellow flames? That could be yours too. All these cars could be yours. All you have to do is go to ProTinkerToys.com and see all the wonderful cars that are there for you. Because we have all sorts of cars all for you. Only available at ProTinkerToys.com. Look at these cars. Look at that. Doesn't that look just so beautiful? Doesn't that just call out your name and say, hey, I want to drive that cars? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is just saying, hey, I want a piece of apple pie and I want a VW Beetle. VW Beetle, baby. A VW Beetle. Look at that. And the Betsy Ross flag is right there. Right on the back bumper. Isn't that sweet looking? Oh, that is so cool. Beep, beep. The VW Beetle, the 1965 Volkswagen. They made so many of these cars. That was the worst thing that VW could have ever done is discontinued the VW Beetle. They should have never discontinued. They should have protested, say, listen, these things are safe. They were safe. They were probably the safest car you could ever drive in, the VW Beetle. Believe me. Listen, here's the thing about cars. If you're allowing people, here's the big thing. If you're allowing people to drive a motorcycle without a helmet, and you have a person driving a VW Beetle, it's all a joke, okay? It's all a joke. If you're allowing people to drive a motorcycle without a helmet, okay, even with the helmet, okay, but you're not allowing to buy or allowing to design certain cars because they're not safe, give me a break. It's a joke. The whole thing is all about control. See what's going on in Illinois. All these homeschool parents that are teaching at home, the government or the state of Illinois is coming in and saying, no, you can't do that. We're going to regulate you. Oh, that's going to go over really well with those parents. Anyway, you're telling me that you can't, I know that. So you're in Pennsylvania, a helmet is not a required, okay? So you're telling me that you could drive a motorcycle in Pennsylvania without a helmet, but certain cars are not legal because they are dangerous? I tell you, it's really, it's almost, well, what it is just stupidity. It is just plain stupidity. Nothing like, and it sucks. I live in Illinois and it sucks. No kidding. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm not necessarily saying that, but these homeschoolers, you want to really get people upset, start picking on the homeschoolers. Then you're really going to get people upset. Now, we have a very limited quantities of the 55 Bel Air Nomad combo. This is probably one of my favorite combos, and we only have like 10 of these less. I wish I could move, but all my stuff is here. I'm sorry, Steve, but this is the 55 Bel Air. You could have this with an apple pie, piece of apple pie. So an apple pie is probably, you can't get anything better than an apple pie, okay? You take that crust, you put it in your pan, and then you take cut your apples into small pieces. I like them into smaller pieces than chunks. And then you put a lot of butter, and then you put some cinnamon, and you kind of mix it with sugar, and that take all that apple and you combine it into like a almost like a sauce. Okay, you got that sugar, you have that cinnamon inside there, and then you take your butter, your stick of butter, you put it with the apples, and then you let it kind of like ferment there. Then you put it inside your pan, okay? And then you can either do I don't like the crumble type. I like a nice top. You put a nice top on top of your apple pie. And you crimp the sides all the way around. You poke it with a fork. Then you stick it in the oven. Get that nice and hot. Get it nice boiling hot. Nice and crispy. Oh yeah, there's at least 20 houses in town that are empty. There's one house down the road here. A guy bought it nearly 5 years ago, done nothing with it. Done nothing with it. You know what it's for? A write-off. That's all he's just writing it off on his taxes. And he's just paying taxes and not doing anything with it. There are 10 houses like that. Now, I bought one about last year, and Daniel's turning it into, we're getting it converted into a house. Okay, we're having to invest money, but that's going to be his house. Actually, it's going to be mine in the future, because we're going to give Daniel our house, and we're going to move into that house when I can't really step up and down the steps anymore, and so I'm going to need to be on down floor, and so I'm going to move into that house, and Daniel's going to move into our house because it will be bigger, because he'll have about 9 kids by then. Because Jesse, if Jesse has any more kids, she's going to have triplets. The next set of children will be triplets. So anyway, when you're baking that apple pie, then you get that apple pie, you let it cook in the oven 350 degrees for about maybe an hour, and you want to get that crust nice and you want to get that crust nice and brown and everything. Then you take it out of the oven, you let it simmer for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes maybe. You don't want it super hot, but you don't want it cold. And then you take you cut that nice slice of apple pie. Okay, nice big slice. You put it on a plate. And while it's still hot, but not super hot, you take a nice scoop of vanilla ice cream and you put it right on top. And that ice cream then is going to melt a little bit. It's going to start dripping around that. Oh my God. It's going to drip. Oh my God. It's going to drip around that nice, beautiful apple pie. Then you're going to cut into it. You're going to take a nice, and you're going to love every bite of that apple pie. I'm telling you, that is an apple pie to not to die for, but to just love. Because a good apple pie is as good as it gets. A good apple pie is as good as it gets. A good apple pie is what you need today. A good apple pie will keep your life today. A good apple pie will keep your tummy today. Okay, that stinks. I got to learn how to sing. None of that rhymes. I dare anyone to give Brian a vegan pie. A vegan pie? My ears are bleeding. Too many crumbs and spills in my keyboard. Jim, that was gold. Such great stuff. Galloping Gourmet, Graham Kerr, Paul. My keyboard is shot. Let's see. They've sent Brian to Shady Pines Retirement Center, and they're playing with pew-pews and slot cars. Ha ha. Hey, Brian. Jack Harvey, a Indy driver. Jack Harvey's an Indy driver. Great. The Galloping Nutmeg, nut meat. Hey, Brian, I said you are 20 empty houses. Yes, there are 20 empty houses in Wayne. Let's see, baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. You better believe it. 19 1955 Chevy, baby. That's what you want to own. You want to own a 1955 Bel Air, Chevy Bel Air, Chevy baseball and apple pie. Bye bye American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was by. Good old boys drinking whiskey and wine, singing this'll be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. Bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys drinking whiskey and wine, wishing this'll be the day that I die. That is, and so you know what? I've said this many times. I've said this thousands of times, okay? That is a memory that I will never forget in my head on living in Toledo, Ohio, next to Franklin Park Mall. I'm in my apartment. I'm in my bedroom. I have my slot car set up in 1972. I have my slot car set up in my room. I've got my girder and panel buildings all around my layout. I'm building this little city. I am playing with my slot cars. And what do I hear on the radio? As I am playing with my 55 Bel Airs, as I'm playing with my slot cars, I'm in my room. Bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys drinking whiskey and wine, wishing this will be the day that I die. That is my memory of slot cars. Okay, never will forget it. Okay, that is my memory of slot cars. And that's why I've been so obsessed with them for so long, because that was such a positive memory, such a good feeling memory, okay? And that is what I try to reproduce with everybody that comes in to the store, everybody that gets onto our website, everybody that wants to get into slot cars, is that we want to create memories. We want to create times that you will have positive with, that you want to you want to be a part. You want to be a part of. Wow. We got all the restocks of all the sets in here. Everything is restocked. Awesome. So I got a restock of everything. So Xavier must have gone out and restocked all the sets. Wow. So let's go over all the sets that we have in stock. So we have every set you can possibly imagine. Okay. We have Carrera Go, which is your starter sets, 143rd sets. We have Le Mans sets from from Automotive or from SCX. And then we have all of the sets. Any one of these sets can be, and a lot of these, so just so everybody knows, okay, as I'm doing this video, now I've got to finish up pretty quick because I said I was going to be an hour. So I've got to get this done pretty quick, all right? So just so everybody knows, if you go to our website, ProTinkerToys.com, which everybody should go to our website once a day at least, especially if you're a live streamer and you watch my live stream, because obviously you want to support our store, because by supporting me, I can continue doing these videos. Even though I had a concussion and even though I was out for a couple weeks, people still wanted to watch me and wanted to know about me. And so by going to our website and going to Brian's Bargains, I have Brian's Bargains, which are special deals for you, the customer. And so you can buy this set with some other stuff as a combination, and it's a discount. So if you want to get into slot cars, and there are thousands of people that want to get into slot cars, we have all the sets you want to do that with. Every car, every model, every company, we have them all. And so one of the first sets we have is the California Cruising, comes with two beautiful cars, a 4-gear and extraction, 4-gear F100, and a 55 Bel Air. What better classic car than you could get California cruising? And this is one of our best-selling sets. We actually reordered this set. We've sold about 400 of these sets. The next set we've had for a while, but we have plenty of these. And this is probably the best value set for the amount of track you're getting and the two 4-gear cars you're getting. It is just a great deal, okay? And that is the Scooby-Doo set with the loop. Now, a lot of people don't like the loop, but this is just a great set because you're getting both cars. You're getting the Mustang, or the Batmobile and the Mystery Machine van. And this set is another great set, and it sells extremely well. The next set we have is the Cross Track set, which is a great starter set, but not enough track. It's just a basic set. If you're in an apartment, if you're at a nursing home, or if you're in an assisted living place and you want a fun little set, this is perfect. All you have to do is buy an expanded set, which we offer. This is a Brian's bargain. You can get an expanded set and double the layout for $35 or $40, I think. And these are 4-gear cars. Both these are 4-gear cars. This is called the Cross Track set. It's a great starter set that you can add and build really fast. Now, the next set we still have these in stocks. If you want to get a Love's, oh yeah, baby, a Love's NASCAR Super 3 set with bank curves, this is the set to get. The Love's, add this to any other set, this is the set to get. The Love's set with the Super 3 chassis. And this is a tri-oval set, okay? Tri-oval set. Now, the next thing we have is the Expanda set. Now, the Expanda set is basically, it comes with the 55 Bel Air, which is an exclusive car. It's only available in this packet here. And you also get all these extra track. This is a great addition to any set you buy. The Expanda set. You can expand any set with this Expanda set. It's a great way to almost double your layout, okay? And that's the Expanda set. Now, if you want to add a lot of track to your set and get some outer curves, you want to add on the drag strip. Now, you can use this on the drag strip, or you can just add this to any set. The reason being is it comes with 11 straight tracks and 8 outer curves, or the 15-inch curves. So this is available also. You should also want to buy this if you buy any set, because it gives you enough straight track to expand it onto a 4x8 sheet of plywood. And that's the drag strip. The next set we have is the 4x4 4-lane set, wireless hand throttle. This is the Rally 4x4 with 4 cars, the adjustable transformer, everything you need in the Rally 4x4. This is a great starter set. We have this in a Brian's bargain, which you get the Rally 11 Thunderjet chassis, an Expanda set, and the, or not the Expanda set, but the pit kit and the return loop. You get an extra 30 feet of track as a combo in this. Great deal, Brian's bargain. I think it's Brian's bargain 38 or 37. All you have to do is go to Brian's bargain and find out what the deal is. And this will fit on a 4x8 sheet of plywood if you buy that extra track. All right, the next set we have. The next set we have is the, well, that set's discounted. It's the Samba buses. For some reason, this was not a very popular set. Now, you want to buy this, and you want to get the drag strip with it, because now you can do a return loop. And we have the electronic Christmas trees in stock now, so you can turn this into an electronic Christmas tree along with the drag strip. And these are the Samba buses. This is all Hot Wheels. It's all discontinued, and they're not allowed to be doing any Hot Wheels anymore, and so they are done. Hot Wheels are finished, and this is another great deal. Now, we're moving on to the regular sets. Now, this is the oldest set that we have in stock right now. And I only have 2 of them, okay? Matter of fact, let me double check to see if they are in stock before I show you the set. This is the oldest set that we've had. It goes all the way back to 2020. Okay, SRS 333. Yep, we have 2 sets left. And they are $169. We only have 2 sets left. And they come with the Golf Ford and the Chaparral. Okay. It's called the 24 Hours Le Mans. Nice set, 16 feet of track. Great set for the price. We only have 2 of these. There are only 2 of these sets left. I have only 2. Only 2. So if you're the first 2 buyers, you're done. Okay, so we have 2 of those sets. Now, what did that guy want me to wait? Wait what? Wait. Stefan. Wait. Okay, now we're moving along to the next awesome set. And that set is, guess what it is? It's the Ford Mustang and the Corvette, and it's the 888 drag. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that awesome? Just absolutely awesome. And that's, those are both Thunderjets. And that is just a classic set. Now, the next set. Now, this set was not as popular, but now it's becoming very popular because everybody wants that purple. Now, they're calling it, in here, they're calling it the Nissan Fairlady, but really, it's a 71. This is what it was called in Japan, but in America, it was a 240Z. Okay, and that's why they call it the Tokyo Midnight Underground Racing. Okay. 1971 and 1995 Toyota Supra. That's Tokyo Midnight. 16 feet of track, too. This is a great set. Great starter set. Add that with an Expander set. Now you've doubled it. Now, this set right here is probably the nicest set that we have right now. Okay, and that is and this has the new adjustable transformer, and it comes with the Camaro and the Charger. Both Camaro and the Charger. This is a beautiful set. Packaging is beautiful. It's 14 feet of track. Great set. It's the Motorsport 500 racing layout. It is just an awesome set. We have that available right now. Now, this set you want to add with an Expander set because you'll have an extra chassis or body and put one of these. You could flop the 55 Bel Air on. Okay. Great body, great car, great chassis, a great combo. What a great deal that would be. Yes, sirree. Now we're moving on to the next most popular car, or the next most popular set, which is the Ratfink. We got 24 more of these. We are the only ones that have this set. Okay, they're sold out of the Ratfink set. So if you want a great set, a great classic set with 2 cars that are very unique, okay, then you want to get the Ratfink with these 2 cars. Check out these cars. The Dodge Charger and the Dodge Challenger. Both Dodges with scoops on them. A beautiful, and look at that artwork. Look at that artwork. Isn't that sweet? And that's the Ratfink set. And those are still available to our customers. Now, another set that I bought a lot of because I knew that these would sell long term, okay, is the Winged Warrior. This is a simple oval. Put 2 switches in this, and now you've got a great set. You got Isaac. You got Isaac and Petty. Isaac and Petty. They're constantly racing. And you got the new Daytona Superbird, the Plymouth Superbird, or you got the Plymouth Superbird and Bobby Isaac. And this is another great set. I bought an extra amount of these things just to have them because they're almost sold out. And you don't want to miss the competition lighting. And these are flamethrowers too, by the way. Flamethrowers. New chassis too. This has the new chassis on it too. Yep, new chassis. Now, here's the next set that is probably the nicest set that we have. Just because the cars are classic, is the Breeze set. If you don't own a Breeze set, then you just don't own a set, okay? And this comes with both of the Datsuns. It's the Datsun 510 and the Datsun 240Z. Very popular set. Very popular cars. They made a lot of these back in the Aurora days, okay? And the Datsuns were very popular with Aurora. Very popular. And that is the Breeze set, which we have this in stock. I know it's backwards, but, you know, I'm sorry. YouTube hasn't figured out their fixed their website. And then our newest set, this is one of our newest sets, which are amp chassis, and this is the Gold Rush set. Now this is just a great add-on to any set you have. If you just want to have, this is great. This is a fun kid set. You want to get this for your grandkids. You want to get this for your dad or your son. Something just fun for him to race, okay? Just to have fun with. And these come with two semis. They're Peterbilts, I'm pretty sure, yeah. They're Peterbilt 359s, the same truck for the semi. And this is the all-new amp chassis. The amp chassis is the most powerful chassis and the most popular chassis on the planet right now. It is the best chassis ever designed, okay? Just so you know. Now, if you want a 143rd Awesome set, you can get the Lupinator with two Porsches from SCX. This came out in 2010. This same set came out in 2010. It was sold at Target, and we sold about 1 million of these at Target. All right. Now, the last set, Auto World set we have is the... I love how they pack this stuff in here. I just... They really don't understand. They don't understand merchandising. They don't understand how to merchandise, how to pack or stock shelves. I tell you, it's one thing that I'm frustrated about, and that is the Blues Brothers set. 28 feet of track, guys. 28 feet. Two amp chassis, which the amp chassis are 10 times faster than an AFX chassis. 10 times. Can you believe that? Oh yeah, baby. If you don't have a Blues Brothers set, you don't have a race set. This is a great starter set to put in your house. Oh yeah, baby. You want to get a Blues Brothers set and build your layout with a Blues Brothers. Have a Blues Brothers set. Oh yeah, baby. Yep, you want to get a Blues Brothers set. And then the last set that we have to show off today is our Senna set. Brand new set from AFX. And this is the Senna set. Great deal. Plus, you want to check out our Brian's Bargain. Our Brian's Bargain is the best way to buy this set, bar none. Bar none. The Brian's Bargain is the way to get this set. This is just a great set. Great driver. He died too young, but that's what happens when you're in a very risky situation. And, you know, they drive. You know, Dale Earnhardt was the same way. All these drivers, they drive because they love to do it, and they have a passion, okay? And you can't take that away from it. It's just an internal drive, okay? Get it? Internal drive, driving. Yeah, okay. Anyways, this is the new F1 set. It's a great set. And that's available at ProTinkerToys.com, and you can also get that in Brian's Bargain, okay? All right, guys, so I wanted to go over all the different sets that we have. I think I went over 90% of the sets. We got the 88 Tokyo Midnight, the Motocross, the Breeze set, the Winged Warrior, the Ratfink. Every set that I pulled out, I put back in wrong. And so I'm going to do this just to make Xavier happy. I'm going to put every set back the way I pulled it out. Just so Xavier is happy, okay? My goal is to make Xavier happy today because Xavier is always upset. Xavier has an issue with life, I think, and I want to try to make Xavier happy today. So I don't know if I can ever make Xavier happy, but I will try. I never want to make Mac happy. Okay, I never want to make his day happy. Okay, my goal is to always make Mac Henry's day miserable. Okay, that is my goal. That is my mission in life, is to always make. Look at that, I put every box in backwards. Every box I put in backwards. Okay, now I have all the boxes put back correctly. Okay. And but Mac makes you happy. Oh no, he doesn't. That's a little unfair. No, he doesn't. Sienna set unreal. Good luck with that. Give us a reason on being a Mac hater. Okay, so here's why. No, you don't have to be a Mac hater. You just have to be a Mac. Let's see, how do you want to say this? How do I want to say this? How do we want to be a Mac? We don't want to be a hater. We don't want to be a hater. We don't want to hate anybody. But I'll have to think about that, okay? So I will get back with you. Let's see, I need a long-range Wi-Fi for Hobby Barn Focus Baghdad. Yes. What now? I need a long-range Wi-Fi for the Hobby Barn Focus Baghdad. I have no idea what that means. Okay, Baghdad. Bad Dad. Let's see, Bad Dad. Did Mac did an amazing job on the Blues Brothers set. Me too, Bad Dad. Bad Dad, what does that mean? Starting the Mac fan club. Oh, you're going to start the Mac fan club? Okay, very good. All right, Mr. Tinker, time to go. Enough. You got a show tonight. That's right. I am now going, because I have to go to Ryan's at 11. So we are going to sign off, okay? And we had a fun little show today. What are you doing here?
Just about here.
What did he want?
He wanted to do some shopping.
I had dropped off a RC back before Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I found that too. Yeah, hold on a second. All right, guys, we are going to sign off. And we will see you guys later.